Hello and welcome. This is something I don't do very often, but I've been getting a few new decks and I didn't do it with another deck and I wish I had. But I'm gonna do like not really an unboxing because I've already opened it, but like a walkthrough of the Field Tarot. I did pre-order this on Amazon and I just got it delivered. So it comes in a two-piece box, which I like, and the little book, kind of a hint toward the artwork. The book, I don't really read the books, honestly, but it looks pretty, more like keyword-y. It's not super in-depth, but if you get stuck on a card, there's definitely some help there. Okay. All right, so I did open it and unseal everything just to make this run a little smoother. So they're still in order. So this would be beginnings, which would be the Fool. Then we have the Magician. A lot of female empowerment vibes too in this one, and florals. The High Priestess, gorgeous. Oh, I really like this one too. The Empress, like very like more protective than nurturing. I get a different feeling with that one. The Emperor, again, you know, a whole different like protective vibe there from that Emperor card. I love it. The Hierophant, Teacher. I'm also noticing, like, for me, anytime I see a doorway or a window or an arch, um, there's opportunity, and on the other side of that is like space. It's like the cosmos, the universe. So I feel like there's a little bit of like the Hierophant usually to me feels like a teacher or somebody that you would learn something from. Not that doesn't necessarily have to be a teacher, but I feel like the teachings are more beyond what you see here. Like, you know, beyond like church, religion, there's more to the story here. The Lovers card, again, more space back here, and I like how they're back to back. It signifies to me a more of I have your back feeling than it would be like traditionally the Lovers can mean like making a choice or having a choice to be made, or partnership. But I feel like this is more of like the universe has your back, which is actually a thing that I don't want to get copyright issues with, but more like, you know, like I've got your back, and with a universal aspect to it. Then we have the Chariot, which oddly enough doesn't have a chariot, but just the horses. So I feel like that's a little bit deeper than the traditional chariot where somebody's actually taking the reins, somebody's holding the reins. So we don't have that. They're more free spirited, and I feel like this is more of a free will taking the reins than, you know, forcefully, aggressively taking the reins. This is more free spirited, I guess. The Justice card. Justice, she's on the steps. I like the representation of the steps. Having there needs to be a progress, and there's always kind of a give and take and an up and down to find that balance. So I really like that. The Hermit, more female, but yeah, off on a journey, find herself alone in the woods, guided by the lantern. Fortune, so this would be like the Wheel of Fortune, which is kind of got like a yin and yang, which like can easily be read reversed, with a whole different meaning. I really like that. Strength, see, there is no lion here, unless, no, that's not, I was trying to see if there's like a lion head there. There's no lion here, but she just looks so strong. Okay. But there's that softness that you get from the regular or traditional strength card, where there's the lion and the woman, and it's kind of like she's trying to be gentle to coax the lion, and that's where she draws the strength, is from being gentle. I get that softness here, not necessarily a gentle softness, but a more calculated softness, I want to say, but beautiful artwork. Perspective, which would be the Hanged Man. So we have the reflection here too. So I feel like there's kind of more meaning to that perception. Like this could be a reflection. It could be underground and hidden. We have like the sun and the moon here. It goes this way, it goes this way, it goes side to side. So yeah, I really like that. All the different perspectives. And then we have the death card. Not really a whole lot of symbolism, but I like the balance of the floral with the skull. I love that aesthetic. So not really a whole lot of the symbolism there, but a beautiful card. There's Temperance. I notice that she is not pouring anything, she's just holding them. And the line between, it looks like she's sitting on a beach, sand and water. The line is not very clear, so I feel like the transition, it's more about transitioning smoothly than just having patience. Or she could be sitting there waiting for it to rain. That could be the sky, and she's patiently waiting for them to fill up. So both could be accurate, or however you see the card. The Devil, I like that the horns are floral, kind of like giving that feeling of things not being how they appear. Like, I don't want to say it this way, but like slapping lipstick on a pig, kind of like that. Like, let's dress up what we don't want to notice. Like, we want to pretend there are no horns in this situation if you're doing a reading with this card. But we're gonna put some flowers on it so that we can just pretend that part, that the pointy part, isn't really there. So I really like that as well. The Tower, no people flying out like normally you would see people jumping out of the tower, or the tower actually crumbling. I feel like this tower is a little bit different. It's very sturdy looking, and there's just a lot going on around it. Doesn't look like it's actually being struck. It looks like the lightning's going behind it. So to me, I would see this more as being a strong foundation instead of like the sudden destruction, because I don't really see destruction here. Then we have the Star. Okay, she's in the water, both hands in the water, and like you can interpret that as a sun. It is square, but it is also anyways, it's like over the mountains and the floral. I love that one too. The Moon, a little bit different take on the moon, but still gorgeous. It's definitely a different vibe. It doesn't really feel like there's anything like mysterious or hidden about it, so I would kind of maybe meditate on that card or journal about it to get like a little bit deeper. Then we have the Sun, which is gorgeous, and all the rays, I don't know how well you can see that, but all the rays coming off of the sun kind of radiating. Judgment, I feel, is more about self-reflection. The Universe, we have like a representation of the chakras. The Universe would be the World card. And then we're going to get into the minor arcana. So we're going to start with Wands. This is the Ace of Wands, and there are keywords on the pip cards. So this would be energy. Two of Wands, planning. I like that those are crystals. Three of Wands, vision. This is where you're starting to bring things together. I love the triangles. I believe I feel like this is kind of representing the Merkaba, however you want to say it. I feel like that's kind of representing that here as well. Celebration for the Four of Wands. No people. Normally you would see two people. No people, but celebration is the keyword. Competition, Five of Wands. Six of Wands, success. I would normally call that the victory card, and usually there's a wreath on there, which is like the symbol for the victory. But gorgeous. Then we have the Seven of Wands, valor. This is a totally different vibe than I normally get from the Seven of Wands, but I love it. Very empowering feeling. And then we have the Eight of Wands, movement. Nine of Wands, resilience. 10 of Wands, burden. Princess of Wands, exploration, which is a great way to look at the meaning of the Princess of Wands, which would normally be like the Page of Wands. So we have princesses instead of pages in this deck. But I love that take on it. Prince of Wands, which would be the Knight. Instigation. very fire energy. The like normally the Knight of Wands would be very passionate like energy. So an instigation I feel like is very good, very fitting for that. The Queen of Wands, gorgeous. I love the like fringe on her cloak. Vibrancy, another good word for the Queen of Wands. Then we have the King of Wands, leadership. That reminds me of Lord of the Rings a little bit. Ace of Cups, love. Two of Cups, union. Three of Cups, friendship. Four of Cups, meditation. Disappointment for the Five of Cups, which is a little bit different than traditionally you would see two, upturned cups, full cups, and then they're looking off at the other three that are kind of floating away or spilled in some card decks. A little bit different because her back is turned to all five. So I would probably read that differently. Six of Cups, innocence. Another good take on the card. Six of Cups would to me normally be inner child or past, things from your past. Seven of Cups, choices. And then we have like a light and dark kind of a division there, which adds something for that to that for me. Eight of Cups, retreat, leaving something behind. Nine of Cups, fulfillment. 10 of Cups, harmony. Princess of Cups, dreams. Very good. I like that interpretation too. Dreams, that keyword, I should say. Prince of Cups, introspection. I like that too. Queen of Cups, intuition. King of Cups, control. Ace of Swords. We're getting into the swords. Clarity. Two of Swords, decisions. Three of Swords, sorrow. Four of Swords, rest. I like the lines in this, like they're connected but they're separate. I would probably read that a little bit differently too. Another one I'd have to journal about. Five of Swords, defeat. Six of Swords, transition. I like this word for this card. Normally you see this card as somebody like seeking refuge or leaving something bad behind for something better, kind of moving on. So I like the word transition for this card. Seven of Swords, deception. Love the fox, the sneaky sly fox. Eight of Swords, isolation. Nine of Swords, fear. 10 of Swords, despair. I don't necessarily agree with the despair. I feel like that would be more this. I feel like the 10 of Swords would be like more of a, completed. I guess despair kind of fits. Princess of Swords, curiosity. I like that word for the Princess of Swords, curiosity. Prince of Swords, determination. Queen of Swords, I love that artwork. Independence, very good. King of Swords, authority. Ace of Discs, so we're into Pentacles, coins, discs, whatever you would like to call them in this deck. They are discs. I'd be careful saying that. Ace of Discs, wealth. Two of Discs, change. Again, with that reflection, there's a lot of reflection in here. Three of Discs, works. I feel like I would probably have to journal on connecting that to it a little bit. But yeah, like I love the artwork. Again, to me feels very sacred geometry. More sacred geometry here as well. The Four of Discs being stability. Five of Discs, destitution. Six of Discs, see, yeah, I gotta be careful with that. Generosity. So I might actually read this two different ways depending on the spread, the position, and what cards are, influencing it. But this could either be giving money away and being generous, or it could be losing money, or it could be, like raking it in. So I might read that multiple ways depending on the reading. Seven of Discs, there's that, you know, like it looks like the chakras again, Perseverance. And then we have the Eight of Discs, Dedication. That's very fitting. Nine of Discs, Culmination. And then we have the 10 for establishment, you know, like you've done the thing. All right. Princess of Discs, Manifestation. Prince is reliability. Very, very accurate. I loved this queen as well. Don't see very many queens that are with child or expecting or whatever. Nurture. Very good, because I feel like this gives off the Empress vibes of, like, you know, Empress vibes traditional cards, where the other one was more, they're like they're a little bit switched to me. The other one is more protective. So but it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And then we have the King of Discs is power, and notice his disc is actually looks like either like a capsule of space or a planet, but power there. So that's all the cards if you stuck around to look at all of them. Oh, look at, there's that Empress again. But beautiful, beautiful artwork. I do agree with most of the interpretations. They are very well done. Very well done. I'm glad I ordered this deck, and you will be seeing more of it as I do some readings. So tell me what you think, and, you know, let me know if you want to see more deck walkthroughs, because I have a lot. So there it is. That's what it looks like. It was on Amazon. I'll link it in the description. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.